I've come back from the future to warn you that if you don't subscribe to Geekdom 101, your future is grim.
Before I begin my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 46, I just want to dedicate this review to the memory of the legendary Muhammad Ali, also known as Cassius Clay, whom we lost this morning, a man who was fighting battles and wars way before Goku and really any of us were. So let's go ahead and keep his family in our thoughts. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Super. At last, folks, this is the third and final episode of the Potafeu mini arc. The Potafeu Saga is over, and I have a feeling that a lot of people tuned into this episode just for the next episode preview, because the real shit begins next week. More on that later. This episode, Dragon Ball Super, episode 46, Goku Taifukuse Vegeta, Katsu no wa Dochida? And in English, of course, that means Goku versus Copy Vegeta. Who will prevail? Now, I know a lot of you guys are really excited about the Future Trunks arc starting next week, and we're going to get to that, like I said, shortly, but I just want to say that I think a lot of folks are going to be sleeping on this episode. This wasn't the best episode, but there was a lot of good stuff here, especially the fight scene. So, if you've been skipping Dragon Ball Super and this arc, I really don't blame you too much, but you should check out this episode at least. I would say skip the last one, really, if you really want to, unless you're a completist. But there was some good stuff here. So the episode starts out with Copy Vegeta fighting Goku. They lunge at each other and they clash forearms. They're fighting in the air. And then Goku starts using the instantaneous movement. Now, some of you may have grown up on the dub and know it as the instant transmission. That's actually an incorrect name. The move is instantaneous movement. I'm not really sure why they called it instant transmission. It sounds like a part of a car or something, but nonetheless, the teleportation move, alright, Shunkanido. He's using the move to dodge Copy Vegeta's techniques, and the fight's pretty good, okay? The animation is a tiny bit wonky. There was a few parts here that I thought were pretty much slightly off model, some very off model. I'm not gonna lie to you about that one, but I thought the fight was pretty good. The choreography and the moves were pretty good, and it was very, 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 it was very fun. It was fun to watch, alright? It wasn't the best fight, but it was fun to watch. Goku nails Copy Vegeta with a big uppercut. Copy Vegeta responds with a big back fist, and then we see Vegeta disappearing more and more. Meanwhile, while this is going on, that same Vegeta is pretty much yelling at Copy Vegeta for, being weak. He's like, you're not like me, or whatever. Very funny stuff. So Vegeta then decides to get involved in the fight, but he can't. It just rushes right through him. So Goku says fuck it and transforms into SS Blue. And then Vegeta gives the explanation from Resurrection F. The long one where he's like, a Saiyan with the Super Saiyan God and the power of a Super Saiyan. The long explanation. I'm sure you guys remember that. But then, of course, for the remainder of the episode, they then call it Super Saiyan Blue. So, whatever. But it's cool they brought that back. I'm cool with them explaining it again. So Goku's like, haha, I can go blue. And then Copy Vegeta becomes SS Blue, which is weird because you're basically getting like a purple sludge Vegeta with blue eyes and blue hair. Very weird. Very, very weird. And so what happens is essentially the Potahto, or the older like teddy bear looking guy or whatever, gives Vegeta the pacifier, tells him that if you use the pacifier, it'll give you more time before you fully disappear from existence. And then of course there's a really funny scene where Jaco tries to take a picture of Vegeta with the pacifier in his mouth, I guess to embarrass him, but the battery runs out on his camera. And then, of course, they have a really cool shot of SS Blue Goku with the old gi. Those of you who collect Dragon Ball figurines, get ready to blow some money, because now you've got to buy golden-haired Goku in the Resurrection F gi, and now you've got to buy blue-haired Goku in the classic gi. They want to take your money, folks. That's why they do things like this. But you know what? That's what they gotta do it, it's just what they do. There's a reason why there's a new Power Ranger season every year in Japan, a new Super Sentai, because they gotta sell them toys. That's just what Bandai Namco and all these companies really want. So they have this really cool, like, blue versus blue fight. And other than a little bit of the training, I don't remember us ever actually seeing this. We saw a little bit more of it in the Super manga. It's a really fun fight to watch. Don't sleep on this fight, guys. I know that this arc is not the best. don't sleep on this fight, because I thought it was a lot of fun. Then we find out from Potahto that if you destroy the superhuman water, the Choshinsui's nucleus, it'll actually weaken the copy. Like, it'll be like its weak spot. And then, of course, Trunks asks, and this translation came from Herms. Trunks is like, why didn't you say that earlier? And then Potahto's like, that was 100 years ago. It slipped my mind. So, wackiness, of course. So then we see like a wacky chase scene with the purple sludge because they want to go get the nucleus, but the sludge can take their power. Meanwhile, the fight's going on. Copy Vegeta delivers a big knee, fires some ki blasts at Goku, really fast ones. Goku deflects the blast. The fight really does feel like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Like, that's good. It's not bad. It really isn't as bad as I had thought it was going to be. Vegeta's, of course, watching the fight, sucking on the pacifier. Trunks freaks out because he's worried about his father disappearing. So Goku and Copy Vegeta power up, and they lunge at each other, and there's this big, like, collision with this big blue light, which I thought was pretty cool. Then there's this, okay, so here's the big finale of the story, right? There's a slow motion sequence where the purple sludge, the evil water, comes up from behind to swallow Trunks, who goes back to where Vegeta's at. Vegeta realizes it, turns around, and tries to grab him. But as he tries to grab him, Vegeta's being erased from existence. So you see this like purple like particles come off of him, and he's disappearing. And he's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And it's slow motion. No, like it was very funny, but it was also very like, oh shit, what's gonna happen here? Then Monaka, who's there in the middle of all this, takes a step back, accidentally steps on the nucleus, which is like a glass thing in the superhuman water. And then the water starts to crack. Copy Vegeta starts to crack himself. He starts to, he winces in pain. Goku's like, fuck it. Fires an awesome Kamehameha. Kills Copy Vegeta. Regular Vegeta is back to normal. So Monaka saves the day again. I love it. I love when they do stuff like this. Monaka's like the new Mr. Satan. I know some people were saying that when Monaka's character was first coming out. But it is true. He is the new Mr. Satan. They all go back to Earth. This is the big finale of the episode. Trunks and Goten's mothers are, of course, concerned and happy that, they're okay. Baby Pan ends up with the pacifier, and then Goku and Vegeta are yelling at each other on the balcony. Goku, of course, being impressed that Monaka defeated the water, which makes him think that he's strong. Then, before we even get to the credits, it cuts to the future. And we see a very familiar face running and running and running, out of breath in an alley. He's just running and he's hiding from something. He turns around. It's future Trunks. He looks at the screen, and in Japanese letters on the screen it says, next week, a new chapter begins. And yes, folks, Trunks' hair was blue. If you're wondering why that is, I don't know. And I don't mean he's SS blue. His hair was like down and it was blue. So why was it not purple? I don't know. I don't have an answer to this, okay? I don't think we should give it too much thought, okay? Let's wait and see what happens. But his hair was blue. Next episode preview. First of all, there's new next episode music. There's this dark music playing, like dun 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 dun, like oh shit, this is problem. So then Trunks does the fucking next episode preview. We see all kinds of shit of this grim future. We see Bulma, future Bulma, working on something. We see Trunks facing off against this giant, like, fire thing and this black, demonic-looking being, which is just like remember that scene in GT when the Shadow Dragon split up and you saw him, like, go all over? That's what this thing looked like. Very awesome. Very awesome. Next week, SOS from the future. Guys, I've announced it a couple days ago. This is Trunks Week on Geekdom 101. This morning, I did an interview with future Trunks. You can catch that here on the channel. Tomorrow, programming note. Tomorrow, I will be dropping a video, 5 greatest future Trunks moments in Dragon Ball Z. You're going to want to see that video and share it out. I worked real hard on it. I think you guys are going to love it. My 5 favorite Dragon Ball Z future Trunks moments. Also, if you want the whole rundown of what I'm doing for Trunks Week, down below in the description, I'll leave a link to both the interview and what I'm doing on Trunks Week. I'm giving you guys 7 Trunks-related videos, all kinds of good shit on the channel that I've been working hard on for you guys, and I think you'll really like it. A lot of good Trunks stuff coming up. So all that will be in the description down below. And of course, let me know in the comments section, did you enjoy this episode? Did you watch this episode just for the next episode preview and then wind up enjoying it? Or did you actually want to see what happened? Or did you not really care and just wanted to see the next episode preview? Let me know. Thanks again for checking out the review and for supporting the channel. Share the video out, and I'll catch you guys down the road.